up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I'd like to give you guys my pregame thoughts for this Sunday's matchup between our Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit the join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned in today's video, I do want to give my thoughts for this Sunday's matchup between our Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots. This will be a game, away game played in Foxborough. So for our Atlanta Falcons, this is a crucial game for us to try to get back to 500. Currently, we sit at 3-4 on the season, and we need to start gaining ground on the teams in our division. Right now, the Panthers are sitting at, I believe, 4-5, and I believe that or they may be 4-4, 4-4, 4-5, and I believe the Buccaneers are like 6-2. So we have to start winning some of these games and start gaining ground if we want to be a playoff team. But in this game against the New England Patriots, it's going to be very important in this game that we don't beat ourselves. Good news is that the Atlanta Falcons go into this game pretty healthy on the offensive side of the ball. We know last week we went into the game against Miami really banged up. Michael Penix Jr. didn't play. Drake London didn't play last week. But this week, Michael Penix Jr. is expected to play this Sunday. Drake London is expected to be back. So we should pretty much be at full health. Jake Matthews is the only guy that's a game time decision. And based off of him being an Iron Man type player, he's played so many consecutive games that I'm just going to assume that he's going to be able to play at that left tackle spot this week for our Atlanta Falcons. So this could be a really crucial game in the season. You don't want to go, to 3-5. You want to start gaining ground and at least in this leave Foxborough with a win and be 4-4 to be 500. Now, in this game, New England is a well-coached team. Mike Vrabel is one of those guys that was with the Tennessee Titans, and they had a lot of success when he was there as their head coach. And now he's back in his old stomping grounds with the New England Patriots, where he won multiple Super Bowls. And he has brought back that winning pedigree and that winning culture to the New England Patriots. They're on a 5-game winning streak. They're riding high. But it wouldn't surprise me if the Atlanta Falcons go in there and upset them, because the Atlanta Falcons play best when there's no expectations. And we usually play down to our competition and play up to good competition. So I expect the same thing in this game. It's going to be crucial to see how well the Atlanta Falcons call plays in this game. Zach Robinson and both Jeff Ulbrich, they are one of the keys to this game if the Atlanta Falcons are going to win this game. We have to get the passing game going. And I really expect the passing game to look a lot better now that Michael Penix Jr. is back, because of his mobility and just because he's a special arm talent. He makes quick and fast decisions, and he's not afraid to get hit. We know that Kirk Cousins at this point is an older quarterback. He had that torn Achilles 2 seasons ago, so he's not one of those guys that wants to take on punishment. He's not a guy that's going to run outside the pocket and create extra time, and he's not going to really throw the ball down the field. When you think of a Kirk Cousins, he doesn't have the strongest arm. But Michael Penix Jr. is one of those guys that's a wild card, because he's a guy that can run. He's a guy that can take over the game. And I expect in this game for him to play a lot better at that quarterback spot than we had last week with Kirk Cousins, because of his chemistry with the guys and being that he's been getting all the first team reps since training camp. Now, in this game, it's going to come down to what team wins in the trenches and is physical in this game. New England is one of those teams that's very physical in the trenches. They're very good on defense. They're going to play a lot of man coverage. They're going to bring pressure, and they play downhill. Their linebackers play downhill, and they have a really good front seven. But their cornerbacks, Carlton Davis and Christian Gonzalez, those guys are playing at a high level as well. So New England's going to be a tough out. Drake May is one of those guys that's on a heater. He's been playing really well. A guy that can use his legs. Raheem Morris compared him to a baby Josh Allen. And I don't think that that's a bad comparison because Drake May is one of those guys that's fearless. He'll use his legs. He has a big arm. And he has Stephon Diggs to throw the ball to. He has Hunter Henry at the tight end position. And they have really good running backs in Henderson that they got out of Ohio State. And Ramondre Stevenson is one of those guys that's a freight train trying to tackle. So this Atlanta Falcons team is going to have to bring their lunch pail and their hard hat in this game. And it's going to be one of those black and blue type games. It's going to be one of those games that we have to tackle well in. And we're going to have to be the more physical team if we want to leave New England with the W. So I really feel like it's going to be important that we get out to a fast start to try to take the New England crowd out of this game. They've been preparing all week long for Bijan Robinson. I've seen different things at the New England practices where they have multiple guys on their practice squad wearing the number 7. So we know that the name of the game for them is going to be to stop Bijan Robinson at all costs. Now, of course, that don't mean that we're not going to try to attempt to use Bijan Robinson because we know that he's a special talent and you can throw the ball to him, you can hand the ball to him. But I think it's going to be very important that we use different formations and mix it up. If we're the offensive coordinator, Zach Robinson, he's going to have to get Drake London and he's going to have to get Pitts involved in this game, get Darnell Mooney involved with some of those drag routes and some of those over routes, use his ability to route guys up in this game. And I really feel like the passing game is what's going to be key in this game because they're going to play downhill and try to stop Bijan Robinson. So you're going to have opportunities to throw the ball down the field. Drake London, I could see him having a big game. I could see Pitts having a big game because their linebackers are not great in coverage. So if we can expose them trying to stop the run, especially on first down with some play action where you can hit the middle of the field, I think that that's going to be key in this matchup. Now, I do also think that it's going to be important that we take the ball away and we force turnovers. Last week, we seen that Bijan fumble was crucial because it swung momentum in Miami's direction, and pretty much they never looked back after that. So in this game, we're going to have to put up points if we're on the offensive side of the ball to keep the defense off of the field. Last week, the defense was on the field way too long, and that's because the offense was not moving the ball consistently. We were not putting up points, and that put too much pressure on the defense. The defense, for the most part, has played well all season long. The only gripe that I have with the defense is we have to be better at stopping the run and being more physical in the trenches. But outside of that, I really feel like it's going to come down to what team is the more physical team and what team doesn't make mistakes. If we come out of this game in the plus, win the plus minus as far as the turnover battle, if we run the ball in this game, and if we are able to find our passing game, I really feel like we can beat the Patriots. But the Patriots are a fundamentally sound team. So the Falcons are going to have to come out of this game playing sound football. We can't have the penalties that we had last week that put you behind the chains. And I really feel like Michael Penix is going to have to use his legs a little bit in this game as well to keep us ahead of the chains. But if we do those things in this matchup, I really feel like the Falcons have a great chance of winning. We can win any game on this schedule, but it's going to be about us not beating ourselves and doing what works. So with that being said, if you enjoy my content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 3,000 subs and beyond. But I have a lot more content coming for you guys. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.